All right, yes, welcome back. We are doing some more WWE tier lists. Today is wrestlers. Rayman, how are you, brother?
I'm fantastic, Sharpy. How are you, brother?
I'm good, dude. Let's get into it. There's a load to do here, so this should be a bit of fun. Yeet. We've got some really, really cool ones to do here in this list. So let's start off with numero uno on the list, Ric Flair.
Woo! Well, I don't know, but me and you, Sharpy, we've got a bit of an argument today. You said that he was the GOAT. I don't believe that he's the...
Instantly S tier.
Okay, cool. That was a good conversation.
And I'm not taking no for an answer.
You are not. Moving on, then. Moving on.
For what he did for the NWA, and he was literally brought in to have all the top wrestlers fight him for his world title. The stuff he did, and he won way more than 16, by the way. Let's just move past that. But anyway, Hulk Hogan.
Oh, man. Well, if we got... Yeah, okay, let's go A. For what he did for the industry in his time, you're going to have to put him at A. I mean, that's a big conversation to have about...
I have to put him S, though.
Yeah, I know. I think we kind of have to.
As much as I don't like him, I think I have to.
I mean, it's such a big conversation to have about Hulk Hogan and what he's done for the industry and everything like that. Like, you're going to have to chuck him up there because Hulk Hogan still is a household name to this day. So I saw my uncle yesterday. He talked about my haircut. Oh, yo, love my haircut. Like that, right, that. So my uncle that doesn't know anything about wrestling, one of the first names that he did say was like, oh, you watch wrestling, you mean Hulk Hogan. So he's still a household name still
that's
to this
basically
day
all
with
you
the older
need to
generation.
say.
That's about it, isn't it? So, yeah, moving on.
Jack Swagger, or I don't even know what his other name is now.
Well, we saw him. We saw Jack Swagger. Man. He's a big dude. So, did well for himself. Agree with that, Sharpy. Good call there, man. Yeah, good call.
Not the worst, but certainly not the best.
We, the people.
Yeah, that was cool when he was doing that stuff.
Cool.
But then AEW's been a bit of a letdown over there.
Yeah, but what can you do?
Yeah. Is that Rey Mysterio?
That is Rey Mysterio.
Oh, he's very close to S tier in my opinion.
I've never been a fan of him, man. I've never been a fan of Ray, and we've gotten countless amounts of arguments about this. So you put him wherever you want to put him, Sharpy. Put him lower. Put him lower. Put him lower, Sharpy. Put him lower, Sharp. Leave him there. We can just leave him
A tier is good enough.
We can just leave him
there. Right. The amount of stuff that he's sold.
We'll just leave him there for
now. Let us know as we're going along. I like what, is it CGOZ and Big Hearts are doing. They're saying what they think it should be as we're doing it, so let us know.
Quick little comments, yeah, for sure. Keep up with us for sure.
Matt Hardy.
Know as well.
Matt Hardy is the next one. All-time tag team wrestler.
Yeah.
And also had some pretty good stuff that he did in TNA, singles-wise.
Yep.
Had an ECW title run as well.
He did. The feud that he had with Edge was like, sort of game-changing. Broke down that third wall, so to speak. Nearly one of the first to do it.
B tier?
Yeah, B. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think I can have him higher than B tier,
I don't think so. Like, he's definitely up there.
Did he deserve a world title run properly at one stage? Maybe. But he did it in TNA as Big Money Matt, and I think that was probably where he was at.
Cool. All right. Like, Intercontinental, stuff like that.
US title having 10-time whatever, or 25-time tag team champion.
Yep, I agree. I totally agree, man. Yep, that's cool.
The Miz.
Oh, man, I love The Miz.
I love The Miz too, man.
I love The Miz as an entertainer.
I love The Miz
He's definitely done it. He's headlined WrestleMania. Where are you thinking, Sharpy?
B or an A?
I was going to go S, so go A.
Oh, I can't put him A. I can't put him S.
Put him in A. Put him in A.
The career that he's had.
A for awesome.
We'll leave it at that. That's very good.
Thank you, Bailey.
Bailey set you up. I thought you came up with that.
No, stole it. Good on you, Bailey.
I was thinking more B. You think S. We'll leave him in A.
He's going to go A. Compromise there. Thank you.
The Dudley Boys, for their career and what they've done, what do we think?
Oh, man. You're gonna have
hell of a career. If Matt Hardy's B, I think they probably have to be B or an A.
Well, I mean, I'm going to say A, because I was going to put him in an S. I mean, because what they've done, the table, ladders, and chairs match alone is the Dudley Boys. It's not them as individuals. It's the Dudley Boys. They've won so many tag team championships and titles. So, chuck him in A, Sharpy. Stop putting him in B. There we go. We got somewhere.
The Animal, Batista.
I was a massive fan of Batista,
I love Batista too.
I loved him, man. But did he change the game?
He had such a short run. So he was only around from 2007 to 2010. And then he came back in 2014 for 7-8 months. And then he came back in, 2020 21 for one last match.
One last match, and that match was a bit. I mean, I did love what he did with the Undertaker, though. So
some of the matches he had were incredible. I think I'd love to put him in S, but the company that are in the S tier, I just can't. I think he's an A.
I was gonna say B. So
what? No,
yeah, I mean, look at
he's
what
like
we've
a
got here,
7-time
man,
world champion, though.
Yeah, chuck him in A. Chuck him in A.
7-time, and then
chuck him in A.
I mean, Shawn Michaels is instantly S tier.
Done. That was easy.
One of the best to ever
easy.
do it by a country mile. And look at what he's doing with NXT and stuff. His influence is going to be forever lasting on the industry.
Like, if he is Hall of Fame, he should be more of a Hall of Fame. He should be named.
There should be a Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame.
Like, named after him, you know what I mean? The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. He's just...
That's pretty good.
He's wicked. You like that?
Yeah, not bad.
Yep.
Let's chuck another neighbour up there, The Rock.
Bang.
Instantly
Done.
S tier.
Such a
amazing career.
Huge conversation to have about this man. Not only what he has done, not only what he is doing, not only what he could do. He owns half the company. Like, his family, it's huge conversation. We'll do an episode on it one day, I reckon.
Yeah,
him just alone, it's just crazy. So, yeah, wicked. Yep.
This is going to be a tough one. Brian Danielson.
So I stepped back a little bit when Daniel Bryan did have his big run. I did sort of get to the end of the yes movement, if we do. So Sharpy, I'm putting that completely in your court there,
I
mate.
can't put him S tier, but the level of his popularity in 2014 was... I haven't seen that level of popularity until Cody.
And the thing is that WWE were trying to jam other people down our
Randy
throat.
Orton and Batista, for example.
Yeah, but then it was actually the crowd that wanted Daniel Bryan to get into it. So, man,
he had an S tier level run for about 2 years. And then the stuff he's done in AEW and stuff hasn't really resonated for me. If he had stayed in WWE this whole time, I'd probably put him S tier.
Yeah.
He has become... The problem is with his AEW run is his AEW world title reign was so short and just non-existent that he didn't need to do it. I love what he did with the all economic WWE title and stuff like that. He had a good run when he won the championships back in 2013 from John Cena and stuff. So A tier.
That's your boy. You put him up there. I think if he stuck around in WWE, he could move to NXT for a little while and do something really good with the younger talent. It would just be so good. It's a real pity that he did move away, because what they could do with him now, if he just disappeared for a few years and then came back, would just be incredible. So he's in A and he deserves to be in A for sure. But if he stuck around, he would be in S. There'd be no denying it. He'd just be straight up there.
Yeah. And he did lose 2 years of his career probably 3 years. Due to injury and stuff, so that sucked. And again, if he didn't get hurt, then he probably would be. He might be, one of the greatest of all time, WWE wise.
I totally agree, man. Yeah, we got a bit serious for a second there, didn't we?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
we got real serious for a second there.
Christian, one of the best tag team champions of all time.
Yeah.
Multiple time world champion. He's doing some amazing things in AEW.
Yeah, I love the turtleneck, man. It's pretty
if
good.
You've got a father still in your life, consider yourself lucky, because Christian will leave you alone. If you haven't got one, he's coming right after you. He's had a hell of a career. I just don't know if I rate him on the same level as everybody in the A tier.
Nah, where he is I totally agree.
Is that probably fair?
Yes, very fair. Yep. For sure.
Same as Matt. Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah.
The great Khali.
See, I was away when he did have his big run.
D tier?
That's done right there, isn't it?
Is that JTG? Looks like it. I think he probably can live there too.
Yep.
At least Jack Swagger, whatever, he's sort of had a world title match at Mania, whereas these guys haven't, Definitely a world champion at some stage, but that was when they were pushing big dudes, and I just hated watching Kane versus the Great Khali at WrestleMania.
Oh, that would have been slow as, man,
and just so hard to watch.
Moving on.
Moving on to Kurt Angle, one of the greatest of all time.
Man,
he is a bona fide S tier.
You suck. Yeah. Still does it alone, man. Comes out spraying people with milk and stuff. He's in S. Good. Keep him in S. Yeah. That's where he deserves to be. Well done.
Loved Kurt
Well
Angle
done. Absolutely. Still love him, man. Still love him. Yep, for sure.
Undertaker. That's pretty easy.
Done.
The career he had for so long, and just the stuff that he did, and everyone believed in his character for so long, and multiple time world champion, winner of Royal Rumble, did everything.
Kept up kayfabe for so long.
Forever.
Comes back, still doing stuff with WWE to this day. The Dead Man Show is just unbelievably crazy.
Yep.
Hopefully he comes back to Australia again, does another one. We might be able to see it. Just, we could go on and on and on.
Yep.
People like The Undertaker and The Rock, we could just do like episodes on alone as it is.
Yep.
And there'll be like 60-minute episodes, and that'll be us cutting it short.
Yeah.
Totally agree, man.
Triple H, what do you reckon?
I love Trips. I always loved Trips. Growing up, Trips was my favourite, man. Please chuck him up the very, very top, man.
Yes, S
For
tier,
sure.
14-time
For
world
sure.
champion, saviour of the company, and just an absolute star. No matter, he had 1 or 2 blemishes in his career, and that was about it. He was pretty well flawless with everything he did. He was unreal.
If you think of like what a wrestler should look like,
He's number one.
he is number one. Like,
His
just the
physique
ultimate
is
heel. His physique
Ridiculous.
came along, did what he needed to do, disappeared for a bit, came back looking even bigger. What he did with Evolution and the younger guys, and what he did with NXT, like DX, everything like that. He just he blew up the wrestling industry. He was very close to considered to be like NWO. DX wise, they just made everything. Please do. I love that Sharpy that you pushed him.
Second to the top.
Second to the top, man, as he should be.
These two can switch, I reckon, in my opinion.
Just keep going every
Like
now
that.
and again, for sure, man. Absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
one of the greatest stars now and the face of WWE. Oh, S+ if you can, man, for sure. Yep.
Big Show. Paul White.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Probably about there.
B plus if we
I think
could
he's
or
close
something.
A or B.
Yeah, B+.
I would love to
I
have
would
him
sort
sit
of
like
say.
that.
Yeah, I would.
if I
So would
could.
I. So would I. So B it is, man. Yep.
That's tough. But he's had a very, very good, long career.
Yep.
Multiple-time world champion.
Yep.
Probably never got the most out of himself, though.
I don't think so. There was a lot of like comedic roles that he played as well. I think the writers and like maybe the boss that was in charge at the time maybe took the piss out of him a little bit too much more.
Yes.
Maybe if he got himself in shape a bit more, even though he was such a big man, he didn't need to. If he got himself in shape a bit more, showed a little bit more muscle like he is doing nowadays, I think he could have been up there to have an absolute great run. But I think at the same time, he was just happy to do what he was doing. So props to Paul White, The Big Show, everything like that. But, you could have done a lot more for your time. But, hey, fantastic to the guy.
Yep.
Fantastic to the guy.
Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, man, an athlete, an absolute athlete.
I
Like,
think he belongs in the C
I
tier.
think he didn't get the push that he deserves.
Another one like Big Show that probably could have got way more out of himself.
Way more out of him, yeah.
I heard a few stories about him when he was around sort of back in his first run at WWE. He didn't have the best attitude sometimes.
Oh, okay.
There's a story with Sheamus and stuff back in like 2009 when he was like the gold standard, just a bit up himself and stuff. And just should have been a world champion at least once, never was.
Should have been.
So, don't know why, but probably never really clicked as much as he should have.
I guess so. Maybe young and silly at the time. Whoever knows. But at the same time, I think that where he sold that Shawn Michaels super kick
Phenomenal.
is still like a highlight reel still to this day and will be for many, many decades to come because how well he landed then sold it was just, it's up there with like Mankind putting his tongue through his tooth type styles of how Shelton Benjamin sold that. So he's there. We wish we could put him up higher, but unfortunately you can't.
Hornswoggle.
That's up to you. That's up to you, Sharpy. You do your thing, brother.
I'm going to say WLC was one of the most entertaining matches I've ever watched.
Okay.
It reminds me a bit of like the Sami Zayn match with Jackass at Mania.
Yeah, cool. So the entertainment factor was
really,
great.
really entertaining, but like all the other stuff I wasn't big on.
That's cool, man. Wherever you, no disrespect
fair?
there. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, please. Yep.
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar!
Now, as much as he has been B for Brock, nah,
No,
dude, he's sold a lot of pay-per-views. He's either an A or an S.
He's an S.
He's an S.
He's an S, man. Even Roman Reigns himself.
I'm going to put him at the
is
back
GOAT.
of the S's,
Yeah,
though.
that's fair. Even
I think
Roman Reigns
Undertaker
has
probably
said,
goes up
like,
past The Rock, Kurt Angle, then maybe like that.
Yeah, like Brock Lesnar. I'm still am a huge fan of Brock Lesnar and would love to see him come back. But to me, he's money. He was money as soon as he came into WWE, and was still money the times that he left and came back and left and came back. Brock Lesnar is somewhat a household name, so where he is, he totally deserves it. I love it.
I've also sort of put them all in like the order that I think they should be.
Cool.
Closest to the S,
Yeah,
the
and
better.
I totally agree with it. Sure.
Big Viscera. Was not a fan.
Nah, I wasn't
in my
a
opinion,
fan.
they're just too big, too slow.
Too big. We have heard, like, I have heard stories, you know, with podcasts and stuff like that, that sometimes he was pretty unsafe to work with too.
Yeah.
And as soon as I hear that if someone is unsafe, I would easily say D as well. I mean, if there was an F in there, we could probably put him in F.
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as I hear that someone's unsafe, I don't like him. Don't like him at all.
MVP.
Oh man, I'll rate him. I mean, he's not up there, but I do rate him. Yeah.
B.
Yeah, cool. Totally agree with that, man.
Yep.
For sure. Yep. And even where he is on the list too, totally rate him as B. Yep, for sure.
Carlito.
I love that Carlito's come back. Very, very cool that Carlito's come back. Very cool. So, yeah, for sure. Chuck him in C.
C.
Yeah, chuck him in C for sure.
Is that Chris Masters? I think it is. He had like a good run for like half a year, and then I think he's a bit of a...
I did love the Master Lock. The whole thing
loves
that
the
they
green
were
a bit
doing
much.
there.
Never really got much out of
But,
himself. Probably the best of the D tier.
yeah, okay. Yep, let's do that then.
I don't think he's in the caliber of these three.
Not at all.
And I think he's probably a little bit better than these four.
I totally agree with you
So
there, mate.
if he was in a D plus or a whatever, then fair.
Yep, totally agree. Yep. Cool.
Tag team. This was Paul London and Brian Kendrick.
Yep.
D tier.
D tier.
Chuck him in the guts there somewhere. What else we got here? We've got Shane McMahon.
Shane McMahon. Now, I'm just thinking, like, his match alone with Kurt Angle was insane. His match alone with The Miz when he's, like, jumping off of platforms, insane. He was the one that climbed up all the guardrails that was on the side. Yeah. And even though he sort of, like, carefully threw himself back, him putting his body on the line was just insane. And the funny thing is, he was putting his body on the line just to impress his dad. Like, that's just... It's
even
just
the feud he
crazy
had
right
with
there.
Kane, when Kane had taken his mask off and stuff, he was, like, frightening, and Shane was, like, the everyman trying to, like, get after him because he'd attacked his mum and stuff. That stuff I loved from Shane, like, when he was, like an underdog or whatever. I thought he was really, really cool. So I think low-end A.
Yeah, yeah.
Put him at the back of the A tier.
I totally agree. Yeah, for sure.
Santino Marella.
Oh, the entertainment factor on that guy alone.
He had a sick career. He had a sick career for somebody that... The amount of US titles and IC titles that he won, he probably actually got like a fair few. He had a good career in the end.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do we think B or a C?
Well, doesn't he still hold the record for getting eliminated out of the Royal Rumble, like the quickest or something like that? Oh, chuck him. Go on, Sharpy. Let's see where he goes.
Let's go to the front of the C tier.
Yeah, for sure. And I agree. Yep, absolutely.
He was in WWE for 10 years, probably, as Santino Marella, and he had a good career.
I like him, man. Like, he was good.
He's a black belt martial artist as well, and he was a comedy character.
Yeah,
it's kick ass, and he was just funny.
His character that he played, he could have played someone serious and probably done some damage, but he took on that comedic role and he went with it because he knew that's what the company wanted from him, and that was his role to play. Like, shut your mouth and do your job. He did that, man. It was fantastic. Yeah, like, can't speak any highly of the guy. Good on him.
I agree. Booker T. Five time. Actually, it was 6 times after he got the one in WWE. What do we think?
As a wrestler, I rate him. As a commentator, I'm not a biggest fan.
That's all right. We're going to go off wrestling, I reckon.
Yeah,
middle of the A tier?
Yes, please, sir.
Or lower end? I think he's better than Miz, but not as good as Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I totally agree there. That's a good spot there. I do like that, Sharpy. Yep. Good call, man.
Oh, John Cena. Very high. What do we think? Better than... Not as good as Shawn, but better than Triple H? Not as good as Triple H, but better than Undertaker?
I think...
Or is he right
in
there?
Between The Rock and Undertaker, I reckon. I mean, I'm only saying that because The Rock did raise his hand and sort of pass the torch to Cena. And Cena... Yeah, Cena is just so good. Still in it, still to this day. You know, Make-A-Wish Foundation. Like, where he is, he definitely belongs to be right there.
Yeah. I could almost do that. I could almost...
and it's like... Yeah, I know. You know, it's the same with...
It's 50-50.
What
it's like Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Yep.
You could easily switch both.
Yep.
Depending on the day and how you feel. And I reckon you could easily switch. Even these three, you could switch.
I agree. I totally agree.
I'm going to put Cena in front of Taker.
Yep,
Just because he was on top for longer.
For sure. Yep. For sure. Absolutely.
Dolph Ziggler.
Well, he's your boy, isn't he?
I know, I love him, but he never got the career that he should have had.
He should have. Yeah, I totally agree.
And I can't have him in the A tier, unfortunately. I think he's at the front of the B tier.
Yeah, go for it. I totally agree. I still...
So hot, like 11 years ago, when he was Money in the Bank winner, won the world title, got the worst time to get a concussion, took the title off him, didn't really get another run with it ever again after that. Super hot in 2014 when the Authority was at the peak of their powers. Sting helped him, but yeah, unfortunately, just I can't have him in A tier with those guys.
I'm sort of going a little bit more of the recent stuff that he done, and
He's doing well in TNA.
And well, that's fantastic.
He won an NXT title. He won the TNA title.
Wow.
So he's still pretty relevant, but
The more recent stuff that he's done in WWE, Goldberg came out and had a terrible match with The Undertaker.
Yeah.
So they needed someone to come out and sell for Goldberg. They asked Dolph Ziggler, and Dolph Ziggler was like, yes, sir, no worries. And, like, sold like crazy for Goldberg to make him this powerhouse that he did. He made himself look like absolute pop, and I felt so sorry for him. But he sold the spear so well, time and time again. The greatest head of hair that I've ever seen on a human being as well. Like, very, very jealous of him.
He could have been A tier if he'd had another couple of world titles.
I totally agree, man.
But they didn't cash in when he was, at his peak sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Umaga.
Oh.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to him, you know.
I think probably a B. I think probably in between Matt Hardy and Christian.
Yeah. Yep.
If he stayed alive for another 5-10 years, he'd probably be, top of the A tier.
Yeah. Yep.
But I just can't put him in A because did he have a better career than Dolph Ziggler? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler, multiple-time world champion. Same with Big Show. I don't think Umaga. We've been really strict on this. I don't think Umaga goes in front of them.
Yeah, and then if he was still around still to this day, I think he could easily have had an A or an S type of run. Rest in peace to him. But his family alone, so on and so forth. Like where he is, he definitely can sit there, and like I think we'll all be happy with that. Yeah. 100%. Even everyone's saying 100%. Yeah, for sure.
Goldberg.
So, oh man, his WCW run, which was, what are we talking here? 143 undefeated matches or whatever it was.
One stage, yeah.
What
do we think?
I think for the time of where he was around WCW, NWO, coming to WWE, not really sort of doing a lot, sort of got jammed down our throats a bit. I would say A, and maybe in between the Miz and Booker T.
What?
Yeah.
No way. I'm going front of the A tier.
Wow, are you? Okay, no worries. Okay.
I think Goldberg, the money he drew in the late 90s against Hogan was ridiculous.
Yeah, and
he won multiple world championships in WCW. He then won multiple world championships in WWE. He won one in his short run in 2003, and then he won another couple back late when he returned again.
Yeah.
That 30-second match with Lesnar set the world on fire.
Oh, didn't it?
No one ever expected it.
Oh, yeah.
Crowd went absolutely mental. He's very close to S tier. If he's at the front of the A tier for me, someone's got to be really, really. If anyone is better than Goldberg, they go S tier.
Wow, jeez. Okay. Leave it there, Sharpy.
He's A plus tier in my opinion.
Leave it there. You're very
Finley.
very solid on that. Finley.
B, C?
I'd probably go C.
I'll probably go end of C.
Yeah, end of C.
Yeah.
Done and done.
Good career, great coach.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Made the women's division what it was back in the mid-2000s when it was like nothing. He turned him into actually being able to wrestle.
Which was fan. Yeah, I heard stories about that.
I respect
the absolute crap out of that, man, for sure.
Cody Rhodes.
Oh, for what he's doing right now for the company.
Holy shit.
Like, I mean, he's S tier. It's just where he fits in S tier.
But he's recency bias S tier.
Oh, yeah.
He's had a stunning 2 years.
Yep.
Has he had a better 2 years than what Goldberg had in the late 90s? I'm going to say no. I love Cody Rhodes. I love what he's done. I love his run when he was dashing Cody Rhodes, and then he became the Rhodes Scholars, and then he became Stardust, and then he went to AEW and created that company.
Created the whole company, yeah.
I think he slots in between Batista and Goldberg for now. If we revisit this in 2 years, and he's continued to do what he does, I think he goes to the back of the S tier.
I would
think
say
for right now, he's here.
I'd say he's back of the S tier because what he's doing now, for what he's doing for the company, chuck him in A where he is right now. I think he should be in front of Goldberg, me personally, but
I can't put
just on what he's doing right now alone, I think he should be. But I see what you're saying. That's cool.
Bailey saying all-time B in front of Big Show. That's the worst take I've heard you take. Jeff Hardy.
Oh, well, I mean, his career alone may have been influenced every now and again for what he has done.
He's been a big influence, and sometimes he's been under the influence.
You keep throwing him up there, Sharpy. Throw him out
the
there,
problem is, in 2008, when he got done the first time, he was going to win Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
They ended up giving it to Punk. Good job, Jeff. Thank you for that. And then his career trajectory changed forever. He was on track.
Yep.
He was selling more merch than John Cena.
Wow, really?
He was on track to be the biggest star in the company by a mile.
Did not know
and
that,
then he got like 3 quick DUIs in 2008 and 2009. And then he left.
Yeah, right.
And he left to go continue doing his stuff that he shouldn't have been doing. He derailed himself so quick. It's such a shame. I honestly think he's 80. He should be in between Taker and Rock. Like, he could have been that big of a star.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
He just pissed it all away.
And he did say at one stage there, only a little while ago, like, if I stayed fit, if I stayed healthy, I could have had just as good of a career or even better of a career as John Cena. I think he might have been pushing his luck a little bit in saying that, but
I genuinely,
you know,
I actually agree with that statement. I think he probably could have.
The way he was over was good. So chuck him, go on, up.
I reckon between Batista and Daniel Bryan.
Agree. Totally agree, man. Totally agree.
I think Batista's influence probably just overdoes Jeff's.
Totally agree, man. Yep, for sure.
Gold Dust.
Thoughts? Go.
I like Gold Dust. I think his career, the fact that he's still wrestling now, when he debuted in like the late 80s, is ridiculous. I don't think I can put him A tier, because if I'm looking at Shane McMahon as the back of A tier, Dolph Ziggler is the front of the B tier, I'm probably going to put him in between Umaga and Christian.
Yeah, I'll rate that. I honestly think that Goldust was ahead of his time.
Oh, 100%.
I honestly think that Goldust could have waited nearly another 5 or 10 years to push that character, like maybe even in like the Attitude Era, like right dead in the middle of it, to like, you know, when they were doing that controversial stuff of like pushing the
envelope.
There you go. And then, you know, maybe more skin was getting shown. I think they could have done a lot more with Goldust then in that era than what they did maybe earlier on in him. I think he's great for what he's doing now.
Happy with where he is?
I am happy with where he is. I would like to see him come back, maybe for like only 1 or 2 matches with his brother. I really would, you know, like Cody, use a bit of your power, man. Get your brother a little bit of an extra paycheck. Chuck him in there too. 1 or 2 matches. Why not? Let's see how he goes, you know, like come back down.
Bobby Lashley.
I love Bobby Lashley, man. I rate the crap out of Bobby Lashley. The one reason why I rate the crap out of Bobby Lashley as of recently is the match that he did with Goldberg. He made Goldberg look like $1 million, and he could have just picked Goldberg up and dropped him on his freaking head straight away. There was a lot of times where he got lost, though. You know, what he did with The Miz, when Miz won, like, Money in the Bank and stuff like that. He got a little bit lost there.
I'm thinking there. He's only a 2-time WWE champion.
Yeah.
He's a TNA world champion, but he kind of like, when he got big, he left, and then he went and did a bit of whatever, and then he went to TNA, and then when he got big, he left.
Yeah.
And then he went back to WWE, and then he won the world title, and then when he started to taper off, he's left again, gone to AEW. Just feels like if he ever stuck in one place, he would have been really. He would have been good, man. Like, you know, he's same level of John Cena. I reckon he could have been.
Yeah, for sure. I don't rate him being in front of The Miz. Just chuck him behind The Miz, and I'm good with that.
I agree with that.
Yep.
I agree with that.
The Miz is just all round.
Miz has been around at the top level for longer.
He's oh man, I rate the crap out of Miz.
So do I. Mark Henry.
Oh man, for what?
He's another dude that didn't live up to his potential.
Nah, and he could have, man. But something that I do rate about him is that he went up to the guy in charge at the time, Vince, and said to Vince, "I want to leave to go be the strong man." Vince said, "You can't come back if you're not the strongest man in the world. Like, we just won't bring you back." And he took that risk and went and did it. For the very, very emotional man that he is, chuck him up there, Sharpy. Chuck him up there. What do you think's best?
Back a B.
Oh, I want to put him.
Better than Christian?
Nah. I was thinking maybe the other direction.
Top C.
Nah, I'm keep him in B. He does like B. Yeah, I think that's a good spot there, man.
Between Matt Hardy and MVP?
I think he's really good there, man, for sure, absolutely. A couple of people agree that he should be in B, and Henry could have done a lot more. I did like that he was taking on that comedic role after a while. He was doing stuff with Mae Young, which would have just been awkward, and he went with it, and he played it up, and he never took himself too seriously. He's always like a very genuinely, like, real nice, really sensitive guy as well. But supposedly when he sees red, and you wouldn't want the man seeing red.
He would break your bones.
He would break your bones like they're absolutely nothing. So, Mark Henry, fantastic.
This one's hard. Chris Benoit.
Man, he's just, like,
He was so good.
So good, man.
The
So
matches
good.
he had were way ahead of their time.
So good.
He was a multiple-time world champion.
Like Eddie Guerrero trained with
Well,
like
Eddie's
one of
the
the
last
best,
one.
You
That's
know what
gonna
I
be
mean?
real tough.
Let's leave that. That's a tough one. Yeah, you can tell the tone's gone down a bit for us guys, and everybody knows why. Sharpy, chuck him in there somewhere, man. Quick.
I don't know if I can put him in A.
No, I don't think so, man.
Was he an A-grade performer? Yes. Was he good on the mic? Not really.
If they put him with someone like Paul Heyman, that could have talked.
If he had
for
someone
him,
to talk for him, he would have been way
he
better.
was wicked. I mean, I would have loved to have seen someone like Paul Heyman come to the ring with the Ultimate Tag Team and have like Brock Lesnar and like Benoit standing behind him or something, as like Heyman's just on the mic in the middle of the ring and these two blokes just standing there. I think that would have been great.
I'm thinking maybe there.
Chuck him there, Sharpy.
Yeah.
Moving on,
Not
mate.
better than Big Show, but a little bit better than maybe Goldust.
Moving on, man.
I gotta put Goldust in front of him. All right, the Hurricane.
Oh man, for what he did, the entertainment factor.
I know.
How good was this dude, man?
I know. Maybe
Like,
we go.
The
What-
comedic
what-
role, the superhero, he brought it in, man.
Yeah, it was
great,
sick, and the
dude.
stuff he did. He pinned the Rock.
Yeah, there you
pinned
go,
the
man.
Rock in
You
a
know,
match.
like it was. Yeah, he's great. Chuck him there, man. I totally
front-
agree with that,
just
man.
behind Santino?
He was wicked, dude. He was sick, dude. Like everyone loved him. He came to the ring. He played his part well. Still a part of WWE, still to this day. Like he's awesome, man. Like
I agree.
well done to him. Well done to him, man. Hey, R-Truth.
I love R-Truth, and I love that he's been so good for so long.
Yeah.
Came in as, was it Twix? In like 2001 from WCW. And then this whole R-Truth character he's been doing for like 15 years now has been so good, so
And
entertaining.
He's an old fella. And
He's won the most championships out of anybody in WWE.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, but the 24/7.
He had like 30 of them.
that he did.
So on that alone, I'm going back of the B list.
Back of the B list. Sounds good,
Happy
Sharpy.
with that?
Yeah, I'm very happy.
Still won a tag title last year.
Yep.
Phenomenal at what he did.
I'm pretty sure he still is the 24/7 champ, isn't he?
I don't think he ever
Isn't
lost
that-
it.
I don't think he ever did. I think they should bring that back one day.
No.
No, not as in like, you know, just do something really, really quick where like, oh, you know, the Miz goes, what championship have you ever won? And then he picks it up and chucks it on his shoulder and he's like, I'm still the champ, still to this day. You know, have a bit of a laugh.
If we're talking most championships, he's at the front. So I'm going to put him at the back. At the back of B.
Yeah, he got crap on Ric Flair, yeah. Yep.
John Morrison.
He's great, man. Like his
I do
in-ring
like him.
work was just like so good, man. His in-ring work was just crazy.
I'm finding this list harder and harder to
Yeah, isn't
do
it?
now.
The more we get into it, like
I think he's B. I can't put him above Christian.
Nah, I just
Christian's like the Christian Umaga and Matt Hardy are like he's in that
it's tricky,
range.
man. Yeah, it's one of those things again where I think if you could switch in between them, I think we could do something like that. Like he was so good, even coming back, you know, Johnny Drip, you know, he was really, really good too, man. So
Johnny Nitro,
yeah, all that type of stuff.
Johnny Everything.
Yep.
I think that's probably where he should
He
be.
and he deserves good on him, man. Like absolutely,
Yeah.
Johnny Drip, man. It was so good, even with like the water. Yeah, you're moving on, man.
Yeah.
He's killer, dude. Well done,
Mr. Anderson / Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. Yeah, man. His
I think-
in-ring work was wicked.
I think he's B tier as well.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't think I'd put him above. Maybe I think he's there.
Yeah. Cool.
Do we agree on that?
We agree on that.
Had a real short WWE career, probably a year and a half, 2 years. Really enjoyed what he did,
Yep.
but hated that he left and went to TNA. He still had a good TNA career,
Yep.
but yeah, what he could have done, I was bummed for him.
Yeah.
Sheamus.
Chuck him up there. He's all the way to the top of S. All the way to the top of S, man. Chuck him in the back of S, though. He's not Brock Lesnar S, but he
I
is.
reckon
Chuck
he's
him to the top.
behind
Put him up
Miz.
there. Put him up there,
He's
Sharpy.
behind Miz.
Put him up there,
No.
man. No
He's
way.
behind Miz.
I don't want to do this anymore, man. Whose
I'll
idea
put him
was
in
this
front
to
of
do
Miz,
this?
but behind Booker T.
Yeah, all right, whatever. Chuck him in there.
All right, in front of Booker T. He's had more world titles.
He's done so well, man. He's
Yeah.
nearly like he's wicked, man. Still to this day, he means like I love him. Sheamus is my boy. That's why I'm getting so animated about it. I love him.
Good. All right, Chris Jericho.
Oh, go for it, man. He's your boy, isn't he?
He is career-wise for what he's done. I think he's the back of S tier.
Yeah. Okay.
As much as I've hated what he's done recently,
Yep.
his career is phenomenal. He's had such a longevity. The way he's been able to reinvent himself over the course of like 30, 40 years or however long he's been wrestling now. It's been a long time. I think he's back of S tier.
Yeah.
Was pretty damn good in WCW. He's multiple-time world champion in WWE. Then he goes to AEW. Basically, that company starts up because of him. He's their first world champion. And the list, the suit wearing, the GOAT, the Y2J, just everything he had was so good.
Y2J, Walls of Jericho, all that type of stuff was just awesome.
And the Money in the Bank, he made that legitimately.
Like Lion Salt that he did. Oh, man, we could go on about that. He's another guy that we could probably have a whole episode on. Be 60 minutes, and that's us cutting it short for what he's done for the industry and what he's still doing and how he's still trying to get his name out there, what he's given to the people. Yeah. Like, good on him, man.
How the fuck is Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns not on this list? But anyway.
Might be pretty old. It looks a bit old school, man, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah.
The Boogeyman. Bacchus?
Yeah, Bacchus.
Yeah, like what he did. Oh, man, this is hard. CM Punk.
You go, man. You put him.
Tell me what you think.
Well, you put him where you think, because of the next two guys, I don't even know if we're going to say in that. So the next two guys is CM Punk and Rob Van Dam, and
I think
they're Sharpy boys.
CM Punk goes in between The Rock and Hulk Hogan.
I don't.
Hear me out. For how hot he was in 2011, all the way through to when he left in 2014. The crowd chanted his name for 10 years.
Yeah, true.
And then he turns up in AEW, and they have the biggest numbers and the biggest business that they've ever done because of him.
Mm-hmm.
Then it goes to shit.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's starting to look like it wasn't all his fault. It looked like that it was probably a lot of the EVP's bullshit going on over there, and he just calls out crap and then dips when he can't be bothered.
Yep.
Then he comes back, and now he's main event of WrestleMania. And he's had 10 out of 10 unreal match. The match he had with McIntyre last year.
Oh, yeah.
Like the stuff he does is magic, dude.
Yeah.
And the amount of merch he sells.
Yep.
Love him or hate him, I reckon he's... maybe in between Kurt and Lesnar then.
Yeah, done. I mean, you made a good point there. I didn't agree with him getting in front of Hogan just because of what Hogan did for the industry in that time that he was in it. Yeah. But...
I am biased, but
I think you make a good point. You make
the amount of merch
Sharpy.
and money he's sold in the last few years is,
and then just what he did alone. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. I totally
434-day reign with the WWE title can't be sneezed at either.
It's just
13 months. That's ridiculous.
I mean,
that was back when they were flipping it every.
All right,
2
Sharpy,
months.
I'm cutting you there, man. You're gonna keep on going about your boy. I know you are.
Rob Van Dam.
Do I have a say in this one?
You do. Yeah.
Well, chuck him where you think he should go.
There. Behind Miz, but in front of Lashley. Revolutionized the business with some of the moves he did. Was insanely good in ECW. Held their television title for nearly 2 years. ECW champion at the same time as WWE champion. Just the moves he did were unforeseen, and the stuff he did was ridiculous.
Still to this day,
one of the most popular wrestlers ever.
Yeah,
he still can go now.
Still to this day, he can hold it down.
He's better than Miz.
Probably his knees and his hips aren't as good, but I totally agree. There's nothing I can't disagree with what you said just then. Like, Hall of Famer, like that man, he did what he needed to do for the industry.
He won the Money in the Bank, and then whilst holding the Money in the Bank, he also won the IC title. So he had both of those. And then later in that same year, he also then cashed in, won the WWE title, and then one day later got the ECW title. So he got to be dual holders of things twice in 1 year. He also was the last hardcore champion whilst being the last ever European champion at the same time, unifying those two as well.
I didn't disagree with anything you said, man.
And he's a 6-time Intercontinental champion.
I don't know why you're justifying this. I didn't disagree with anything. You went off on your own thing there, didn't you?
Oh, my bad. I love him.
There's a lot of finger movements.
I know everything about him. JBL.
Oh, man, I love Bradshaw more.
Oh,
I was a massive fan
love
of Bradshaw.
JBL.
No, I was a massive fan of Bradshaw. I like the Acolytes. I love Bradshaw more. I liked it when he held his weight. Like, I love that more than what he did with this country, whatever that he was.
The multi-billionaire ability. I actually quite like
whatever.
it. I think I like both, But I think that the money he drew being a bad guy from 2005 to 2009 he's criminally underrated, in my opinion.
Oh, wow. Okay, jeez.
I think he's underrated.
Criminally underrated. All right, fair enough,
Yeah.
fair enough. Chuck him where you think's best, Sharpy.
I think he's back of A tier.
Yep, done. I fully agree, 100%.
Really, really good at what he did.
Yeah, I...
Drew a lot of heat. Was the perfect guy to give the belt to Cena.
Yep.
Back in 2005.
Yep.
Perfect shit heel, just running away from everybody. But then he'd rip your head off with a clothesline.
Yep.
Loved him.
Yep.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What?
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 What? You better go an S. You better put him somewhere good.
I think he goes front of S.
Done.
For merch sales, and then to be able to...
Still merch sales to this day.
And they had to bring him for WrestleMania 38 because the ticket sales were so bad. They put him on a show with Kevin Owens, and they main event night one on WrestleMania.
And it was a wicked match too. Like, the old man can still go. And he can show us that he can still go. To me, I think he's more about the industry, where he showed us right then and there. He was like, I understand the industry. I understand what I got to do. If I'm going out there, I'm going to give it my all.
Yep.
And we're talking about the recent stuff that he's done, not the olden day stuff that he did, where the Attitude Era...
Before WCW, like, stunning Steve Austin... just the stuff that he could do was he was such a good ring technician. The match he had with Brett at WrestleMania, where he's just that was one of the best matches ever.
Like, broke his neck,
broke his neck,
back.
kept going.
Like, the Attitude Era was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
100%.
Like, there's a photo of him right there, and he's holding like that's Stone Cold. Beer drinking, hates his boss. You know, like, flips the bird all the time. Would literally be in matches with people flipping him the bird.
Yep.
Can hold up against, like, the Undertaker. If you haven't seen the Broken Skull, where he talks to the Undertaker, it's the most greatest thing ever, where you can just see there's two friends that are just talking and having a good time as they're smashing back Jack Daniels.
And underrated comedian-wise as well.
Yes.
Funny as
totally.
The stuff with Booker T in the supermarket, the stuff with Kurt Angle, Jimmy Crack Corn and I don't care, Jimmy Crack Corn and I don't care. Hilarious stuff. So funny.
I mean, once again, another episode we could do of him alone, and 60 minutes will be cutting it short too. Yep. Can't talk any highly of the man, still what he does to this day. I mean, you know, night one WrestleMania is when we're doing this right now, recording this, and he was still there, to this day, night one WrestleMania. Like the man is a GOAT. He just got put into the Hall of Fame again. Like, just
for the third time.
For the third time, smashing beers back, still to this day in the ring.
Kane.
Dude, I rated Kane so highly, man.
Did ya?
I loved his debut of what he did. The thing that I loved about him the most is that everybody says that Kane was a very safe big man to work with.
Yep.
And that, to me, is you are where you're meant to be. Still the Flames to this day was absolutely crazy. Coming out with Paul Bearer was so good. He even got in, like, the business suit wearing Kane, which he kind of lost it a little bit.
I liked, like, the team he did with Daniel Bryan, Team Hell No.
Yeah, man.
I like the feud he had with The Undertaker in 2010.
So good.
Buried Alive match.
Yep.
I like the stuff he did in 2003 when he unmasked.
Yep.
His debut against The Undertaker was unreal.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff he did
probably
was
could have
so
backed
good.
off a little bit in some of the last tag team matches that he did do, though, because they were a bit...
We didn't need that last Saudi match, did we?
Did not need that last Saudi match, man.
Is he at the back of A, or is he... is he at the front of A, or is he at the back of S?
Oh, man, I would...
He's very close.
He's very close, because I'm looking at Jericho and I'm looking at him, but leave him where he is, I think. I think leave him where he is, man, because he does deserve his props. He does deserve it. I think leave him where he is, man. Where he is is good. He definitely deserves it, for sure.
Randy Orton.
Wow, man.
He's a guaranteed S tier, eh?
For sure, hands down. It's just where he is.
I think he slots in between Kurt Angle and Hogan. Or does he go above Hogan in between Rock and Hogan?
I don't think you can put him in front of Hogan
I
just
don't
for
think
what
I can
Hogan
either.
did.
But better than Kurt Angle. 14-time, 15-time, 14-time?
I'm going to say better
World
than
champion.
Kurt Angle, because he's still holding it down still to this day and looks fantastic for his age.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, he's still got many years left.
He's still got 2 or 3, 4 more years.
Didn't leave to go do movies or anything. He's just been WWE. When he's injured, he goes and gets healthy and then comes back again. He's put over younger talent. Only just went to, like, NXT a little while ago to put over younger talent. Everything that you're meant to do, Randy Orton has done when it comes to, like, the business-wise. Like, good on you, man. Like,
Eugene.
Yeah.
Middle of D tier. Sorry. He was pretty popular at one stage, but I think he's probably like there.
Yeah, I agree.
I loved his character back when I was a kid.
I missed all of his stuff, man. I didn't...
Was very popular, and then he hurt his knee in 2005, and he was done.
Yeah, I didn't... Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I forget what this guy's name is. What's his name? The luchador guy.
I think there's... I'm not really too sure. Wish we could do his
Sin Cara.
There we go. Sin Cara. I knew it was something like that.
I beat you to it, Drip. And Bailey, I beat you both to it. Just. Kofi Kingston.
Oh, dude, we're still like doing it to this day. Kofi Mania.
12-time tag team champions with the New Day, but he also won them with R-Truth.
Yep.
He won them with CM Punk.
Yep.
He won them some other time as well.
Yep.
WWE champion.
Mm-hmm.
Intercontinental champion.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think?
I'm thinking he's somewhere near Ray. So he's A, somewhere near Ray. You know,
Is he better than Booker T? Is he better than Miz? I reckon he goes next to the Miz.
Yeah, well, he's
better than Van Dam?
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
I wouldn't go that far.
Between Lashley and the Dudleys.
I was going to even put him in front of Lashley, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I was going to put him there. I'm happy with him there. Like, still holding it down still to this day. Kofi Mania was huge for its time. His son getting in the ring, doing its thing too.
Yeah, I don't... that's the most emotional I've been at a Mania. Just having like Byron Saxton on the call. Yeah. Just because like obviously with all the culture and stuff and just him saying he did it, man, and it's just like what it meant to all of them. They're all bawling their eyes out.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like whatever, wrestling sucks.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, wrestling sucks. When I watch this, man. Like Kofi, you got to give him his dues, dude. Still stays healthy, still to this day. You know, it's great.
Edge, 13-time world champion. Still going in AEW. I don't really even look at his AEW career at the moment.
Cope. Yeah, I don't know, man. Came to Australia a little while ago.
Phenomenal career.
So good, man. Man, I'm floating. Well, you know, Cody
He's
and
close to S.
Kane, but Batista. Yeah, I'm
in between Cody and Batista.
I'm even thinking maybe in front of like Goldberg. I mean, you said, I'm thinking,
Is he better than Kane? 13 world championships.
Yeah, man. I know. Like, it's a tricky one, man.
Does he go here behind Jericho in S tier?
Yeah, I think so.
Does he make it? I think he makes it.
I think so, man.
We forget how big he was from like 08 to 11.
The rated R superstar, like he just did so much. Came back, he created the Judgment Day. Look, they're still going still to this day.
True.
He's like WrestleMania entrances alone were crazy. He started off in the Brood. Everybody knew he was going to be a superstar there. Where he sits is great. What he still does for the industry is amazing. Yep. You know, married into her. He's just, once again, another episode that we could do. And like, we're cutting it short doing 60 minutes. Like, absolutely, man. Put him where he is. That's where he belongs to be. That's where he belongs to stay. Good on him. Your legend.
The last one is so hard.
Wow,
Eddie
man.
Guerrero. Now, can I show you where I would put him, and then you tell me where you would?
I'm getting a bit emotional.
We'll put him
with Eddie, man. Like, I rated Eddie so high. I loved everything that he did.
Lose him when we did, and like, I still remember like I was staying at a mate's house when the news broke, and we watched that. It was either Raw or SmackDown that Vince went out and announced it, and like just everyone doing like the videos of him crying, talking about like losing Eddie and stuff. The career that he had, the moves that he did, the charisma he had, he was legitimately like the perfect package for a Mexican professional wrestler. I think he was gone way too soon at 38. Like you think he died in 2005 at 38. It is now 17 years later. He easily could still be going right now at 52.
I honestly think that if he was still going to this day, he would be beating Roman Reigns in what he was doing.
Yeah.
I still think to this day, if Eddie was still with us, man, he would have headlined that many WrestleManias, taken on that many younger talent underneath him. He would be just so much of a superstar and so much of a WWE poster boy and face for it. He just had so much potential in where he was going to go, what he was doing, where he was lined up with where he was lined up. He is a man that is missed still to this day.
I think for his everlasting influence, I would put him at the S tier at the very least. because I think the way that he's influenced the business and the amount of wrestlers that wrestle today because of him, I think just automatically gets him in the S tier.
100%.
Won a WWE championship, multiple tag championships, had an unbelievable career in WCW when the cruiserweights were not meant to be anything other than just cruiserweights. Him and Rey Mysterio went out and had some of the best matches I've ever seen in my life.
Fantastic.
And then he goes to WWE and he has an unbelievable career there as well. I think the back of the S tier for now.
And, like, he wasn't meant to make it in WWE, man.
No.
Like, the guy that was in charge at the time, he never liked those types of guys. And just what he was doing in the ring was just so clean and so smooth. I mean, you know, lie, cheat, and steal till you get there, grabbing chairs, smashing them on the ground, and then throwing them in people's hands and laying on the mat. You know, that type of thing is, like, revolutionized the Ultimate heel run still to this day because of that man alone. Like, it's emotional to see, like, we lost that man way too young. And we lost that man because he gave everything to this business, man.
It's like Bray Wyatt. Like, it's just like, I think of the matches and the ideas that we lost with them. It's like just such a downer. It's like when you think about like music stars that pass away too early too, and it's like the stuff we didn't get, selfishly, the stuff we didn't get because we lost them.
Yeah, I know.
Sucks so hard.
It's hard, man. Yeah.
So that's our list.
That wraps up the list. We got a bit emotional there, guys, at the very, very end there, but you know, it's true. I think if anybody knows that WWE history or where we are to this day, you got to give that man the props of where he is. So,
do you guys agree with our list? Let us know. I'd love to see where you guys would put. What changes would you make? Let us know the changes you'd make. Would you have Rey Mysterio in S tier? Would you have JBL in B? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. That was 51 minutes. That went really quick.
Jeez, that went,
Holy moly.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, we better go get some dinner. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Peace.